Sling 3755 Golf, roger, runway 32, correction runway 14, cleared for takeoff, left turn out approved, wind calm, altimeter 3037.
14, clear for takeoff, 55 Golf, thanks for your help. Alright, we're bringing in full takeoff power. Full takeoff power is set. Engine gauges are green, airspeed is alive, and there's 55.
It takes off short distance.
Takes off so quick.
Bases look pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty low, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. We're just gonna circle and head west. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I have activated my approach. I'm going to go into approach mode. So now I've got lateral and vertical guidance.
Okay. Is it already latched on? Is it already giving you vertical guidance?
Not yet, no, but it will when I get on my final approach fix. Then I should see my glide path pop in up here. There should be a G and then the V, and we'll just fly right into that. I'm going to try and stay just a little bit high between ferns and slam and kind of fly into that glide path. Then I just need to control my power, control my speed so I can still be at 95 by slam.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I've got my barrel minimums, got both fuel pumps, got my wig wags, so I'm prepared for landing. As soon as we get out over Brookings, I'm going to switch fuel tanks. That way we can avoid switching fuel tanks while we're out over the water. So to fill everybody in, I got my buddy Jeff with me. Jeff's a private pilot, so he's my safety pilot on this flight. That's why I'm wearing my foggles. These are the glasses that only allow me to see the console. And Jeff's my safety pilot since he's a private pilot. He's watching for traffic, watching to make sure I don't get myself in any kind of trouble. And Jeff is also working on his instrument rating, so this is good for both of us. And I'm doing this primarily to stay current.
What a day, man. Looks nice out here. Nice and clear.
Beautiful.
This is Brookings right below us?
Yep, that's Brookings right below us. Should be right over the Brookings airport now, huh?
Yep.
Now, have you ever flown this approach before?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna go out over the St. George Reef Lighthouse, which is a super cool lighthouse. It was the most expensive lighthouse built by the United States at the time. Started building it in 1881 and finished it in 1890. Cost $705,000 in late 1800s dollars. So we were building that lighthouse while the French were working on the Panama Canal, which almost broke them. All right, 3.8 from Ferns, and we're descending through 3,200, and we want to get to 2,600 at Ferns.
So that was your point, is that you're going to hang high, and so that you'd rather than dive and drive, you're going to stay high and try and cross Ferns right at 26?
That's exactly right, yep.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be disappointed if I crossed Ferns even a little bit high,
okay,
as long as I'm not above that glide path.
Any idea how high the glide path is above that altitude?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just a straight 3% or whatever it shows on here. Yeah, 3 degrees, 3 degrees straight out, I believe.
North. To the left.
All right, 200 feet to go. There's 2,800 descending to 2,600, 1.4 from Ferns, so we're going to be down to 2,600 before we get to Ferns. Okay, there's my glide path. Okay, so now I'm descending at vertical speed. I'm going to descend at 200 and watch that glide path come in. See, I'm kind of staying high. Yep. All right, so we're in approach mode, so that should capture as soon as we get to that glide path. And see, that should be, we're still 3.4 out from SLAM.
SLAM's our FAF?
Yep. That's our final approach fix, and we are 8 to the north. Crescent City traffic, Sling 3755 Golf is 8 to the north, inbound with low approach for runway 12, Crescent City. All right, glide path's coming in. Okay, glide path is turning green. So it has captured. Okay, now I'm going to pull my power out so I can get down to 95 before SLAM, which is in 1.2 miles. I can bring in my first notch of flaps. First and only. All right, there's 95. Here's my flaps. All right, we're at 1,400 for 310.
Glide path is captured.
Glide path is captured. We are on track. There's 750 for 310. All right, like my speed. Right on track. There's 600 for 310. Should be 300 feet to go. There's 500 for 310. There's 420 for 310. .340 for 310. All right, glasses off.
Minimums.
All right, hit go around, power up. Pitch up. Clean up, flaps are coming out. And talk up. Crescent City traffic, Sling 3755 Golf is on the go, runway 12, Crescent City. Okay, so I'm still coupled.
You haven't done anything except for flaps and power?
I've not done anything, yep. Still completely coupled right now. So I don't bring all of my power in just because it gets super torquey, but if I get above 90, I've got a good climb out. So now it should be up 600 feet and then right turn to Chitey. That's our missed approach.
Yeah. Sweet.
Nice. Yeah, it is.
Precision approach is amazing how low you get.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So nice, huh?
Yeah. It'd be pretty bad weather and still be able to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were a little over 300 feet above the ground. Okay, so climbing and to Chitey, and that's going to put us in a 4 nautical mile hold.
Do you think that it would have turned us in anyway, even if it was just because it's not, it's just doing an end-turn to the hold?
Let's take a look.
You know what I mean? Would it make that turn early?
It's not showing this because it doesn't show the
got traffic right here.
Let's see, you got someone over there. Oh, wow. He's not even talking. Holy tomato. Glad you got your eyes outside.
Yeah, it's a biggie.
That is a biggie, huh?
Yeah.
He's not talking because he's military. He's not on ADSB either.
And nothing came up?
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's black. Those are Navy SEALs.
Do you think so?
I don't know, man. Something's a little sussy about him, huh?
Yeah. Right on the money. Looks good.
All right, let's get to flap speed. There we go. Oh, aim small, miss small.
Is it hard to slow this thing down, or is it just slow down?
I'm having troubles with it, trying to follow my needles, and there we go. There we go. I'm on them.
Wow, good job. A lot going on.
Yeah, I'm still chasing my lateral.
Crescent City traffic. Experimental Sling 37 Papa Delta 2 mile final. Low approach for 36. Crescent City. Our runway's clear. No traffic in the pattern. Looking good.
Right on. There's 560 for 309. $500 for 309. There's the bounce.
Nice one.
420 for 309. Alright, my glasses are coming off. There's 300. I think I could have still landed. Alright. Power up. Go around. Pitch up. Clean up. And talk up. Crescent City traffic, Sling 3755 Golf is on the go, runway 36, Crescent City. Look at the way we're aimed for that headwind.
I see it. Yeah.
Alright, climb 1300, then climbing left turn to 2400. Alright, and there's 1300 and a climbing left turn to 2400.
It's good you have me go next. It'll make you feel better about yourself.
I have a feeling it will not.
Oh, I think it will. It'll be good for you. So I won't need to go into the hold, right? We'll be coming from the shore?
No need to go into a hold because, we're going to be coming from that direction.
Okay,
so we're going to kind of curve out around that way. So, no need for you to go in the hold.
Okay, so I'm coming in Sitka, so we'll maintain at least 2,400, in our case 2,600.
Yep.
Once crossing over Sitka, I can descend down to 1600.
Yep.
My heading's going to be 359, but the flight directors, once at that point...
That's when you get on those flight directors. So that's a mistake I made.
So would I activate the approach here at Sitka?
Yeah, I say as soon as you put your foggles on,
yep,
you can activate the approach, because what I can do, if you want, I'll give you vectors to Sitka.
Okay, cool.
November 3755 Golf, right turn heading 240.
Right turn 240.
Right turn 240, and you are all clear on the right.
Great.
I'll watch for giant black planes.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, smooth. Smooth. You've been hand flying this plane more than me.
Oh, this plane's so nice to fly.
Ah, beautiful. Got your altitude, got your heading.
All right, let's roll on 240.
On 240. Beautiful. All right, November 3755 Golf, right turn heading 300.
Right, 300. Aim small, miss small.
That's right. I like it.
Oh.
Good, good. Good quick correction. All right, Sling 3755 Golf. Join the final approach for runway 36, Jack McNamara Field. Cross Sitka at or above 2,400. Advise when at Sitka.
Okay, direct Sitka, cross 2,400, advise in Sitka. Okay, so now I'm going to go Sitka right, and then do, where's my direct?
Hold on just a second. So I think what you do is approach and then activate.
Okay.
Yep, and so now it's telling you where Sitka is.
Great. Okay, so Sitka I got...
There you go.
12 miles.
2.8.
2.8 miles.
Yeah, it threw that hold in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hold from Sitka. Good, now you're just almost right on that approach course to Sitka. And your altitude's beautiful. I was all over the place on my altitudes.
0.5. Okay, right to 359. 5 seconds. Right now, there we go. Changing course, there goes the course. Now that we passed over Sitka, I can descend, right? So I've already pre-selected.
Yep.
Right, so now I can go BS.
There you go.
Check my scoreboard.
Yep.
Waiting for the glide path.
Beautiful. Crescent City traffic, Sling 55 Golf is 10 to the south, inbound low approach, runway 36, Crescent City. And again, you can kind of fly into that glide path if you wish to.
Okay.
Because you see it coming down, right?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, cow is 3.6. So I got to be at 1600 at 3.5 from here.
Yep. It's an at or above. So again, if you fly into that glide path, you're golden.
Okay, so I'm in flap speed, so I'm in good shape, at least speed-wise.
95 or below. Now you're beautiful in flap speed. You could dump your flaps in now if you want. It's one click down with with this guy right there. Okay, your flaps are in, so now you want to stay between 85 and 95 if you can. Okay. And that's going to give you a much more stable approach. Like I was just buzzing in. Good. You are nailed laterally, and your glide path is coming in. Almost captured.
See it.
You do such a nice job following that flight director.
It's such a nice way to cheat, man.
I know. I find it a distraction all the time.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm always watching the needles instead, and I think the flight director is a better way to go.
All right, there's 2,000. 1.3 to my final approach fix.
It's nice. Crescent City traffic, Sling 55 Golf is 6 to the south, low approach, runway 36, Crescent City.
Okay. So 0.5 to my final approach fix. I've configured, I got my flaps in, done my guns check, gas looks good, undercarriage is good.
Yep, got lights,
Alright.
good to go, we're ready to land.
My mixture's good, prop, safety belt switch is all good.
Yep.
There's 1310 for 310, 1,000 feet. 1110 for 310. There's 1010 for 310.
Crescent City traffic, Sling 3755 Golf, short final, runway 36, low approach, Crescent City.
Alright, Mr. Right, a little bit right of course, and just above the glide path. Speed looks good.
Speed looks great.
810 for 310, about 500 feet.
This looks beautiful.
There's 610 for 310, 300 feet.
There's a few rocks off to our left, nothing to worry about, but you're going to get hit with some of those same little
Bumps.
gusts of
Okay.
wind that I did.
Thanks, I'll keep the speed where it's at, then I won't slow up anymore.
That's just about right, yep.
Alright, right on the path. It's good. Alright, there's 510 for 310, there's 200 feet.
Beautiful.
There's 84. There's 410 for 310, 100 feet to go.
Nice.
0.9 miles to this approach point. Alright, 50 feet.
Very good.
40 feet, there's our bump. 85 feet. 0.6. There's 320, let's call it here. Look out, don't see it.
Nope, don't see
Alright,
it.
we're going to power up. Get a positive rate of climb.
Yep.
Do you not give it all, you do not?
I don't bring it all in, but you're fine bringing it all in. There's no problem with it. Yep.
Does it ask me for like to suspend or go missed on here?
Nope, it doesn't on this. It just automatically does. If you go around, it knows you're going around. I hit the go around button, sorry.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're climbing 1,300 then breaking off?
Yep, 1,300 at this track, and then we're going to do a climbing left turn.
Copy.
That was nice. That was beautiful, Jeff.
This plane is such a pleasure to drive, to fly.
So nice.
Wow. Spoil me, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, there's coming up on 1,000. Got 5 degrees. Picking up some altitude.
Let's go out, take a look at the Lighthouse, and then head back.
That was great. What a beautiful day out here. It's so nice to see the coast.
Yes.
Nice to get out of the snow for a little bit.
Seriously.
Oh,
So
I didn't know it was that far out here.
Yeah, it's about 6 miles offshore.
And what'd you say it cost?
$705,000 in 1880 dollars. So that was about, what, 10 years after they finished the Transcontinental Railroad. And they were out there building this. Coast Guard people and pilots were dying on this thing all the time. They finally shut it down completely in 1975. But reading stories about like how it was built and everything, it's so crazy. I mean, the things that they did back then was just different.
Pretty interesting read. I've been reading about this stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I come out and fly by it enough, I'm like, I gotta find out more about that thing.
What a trip to have something out here so
do
far.
a turnabout point. Yeah, seriously, 6 miles out. And I mean, you think back, like it was first opened in 1892. They built it because a passenger ship tried to come in here and wrecked, like right out here on the St. George Reef, and like 200 people died on it, like SS Brotherton or something like that. So, so they built this just because of that wreck. I guess this reef was just really nasty to get in and out of. But you know, it's so crazy because we spent all this money on lighthouses and stuff like that back at the time, and then GPS shows up and everything becomes obsolete, just like that.
You imagine, yeah. Look at that. So that was manned for a long time,
yeah, 1890 to, I think, 1950 something. Look at the waves coming up over it.
I wonder how long a shift was out there.
Weeks. Like people were going crazy out there.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being on that amount of your space for weeks?
No, not at all.
How cool is that, though? What a neat little thing.
How awesome. Seriously.
And how'd they get all the concrete there?
Just hauling it all out in blocks.
Wow. awesome, man.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, super cool. That's a pretty gnarly place for structure.
Yes, indeed. Let's get up to 3,000 feet, and we'll do a couple steep turns out here. I'll show you kind of what the roll rate's like in this.
Cool.
And that's going to give me a heading of 358. Clear to the left. All right, I'm going to roll left. And with this, unlike with the Cherokee, you really don't have to bring in power. If you start to descend, you really just add a little back pressure.
That'll do it, huh?
Yep. Yep, because it's light. It doesn't need additional power. All it needs is a little bit of back pressure.
Pretty steep, feels good.
Yep. Again, it's just nice and stable. All right, looking for 358 coming around. Release a little bit of my back pressure. There's 358.
And what is that? Is that 60 degrees? What are we at?
45, I believe.
45.
Yep.
That notch. Look at that. Talk about like turn around a point, feels really tight.
Yeah, it does. Can.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Not bad.
Very nice, man.
Not
so
bad.
nice.
I dove a little bit there at the end.
Nice.
We'll take it.
And what's the term he approved you for long landing?
Long landing, yep. And then he approved me for it, and I didn't land that long.
That's all right, you can just taxi him.
Yeah.